So, I suppose, and I knows what I know, 'cause it seems to me, clear as day, that if there's one thing everyone has in common, if there's one thing everyone shares, if there's one thing everyone can identify with, it's fear. Everyone can identify with fear. Whether it's the fear of going to hell, whether it's the fear of an 8-year-old child thinking that there's a monster in the closet, whether it's the fear of getting evicted from your apartment, whether it's the fear of getting and dying from colon cancer. Fear. When there's this phenomena going on inside your head that says, I want the complete opposite to happen in terms of what it is I fear. And at the same time, it's something that drives a lot of people into becoming what they want to become, and it's overcoming that fear of everyone saying, you can't do it, you can't do that, you're stupid, you don't know what you're doing, blah 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 blah. And I'm saying blah 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 blah, and now this is fucking stupid and irrelevant in my head, because I felt I was going somewhere, and now I fear that this fucking video is stupid, and it's not the way I wanted it to be, and it needed to be this way, it needed to be that way, and blah 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 blah. But fear. A four-letter word that controls everything we do in life. It controls everything. Not only the fear in humans, but the fear that existed inside the minds of animals before there were even humans on planet Earth. The fear, inside a tiger's mind, or a zebra's mind, or the chimpanzee's mind, or the elephant's mind, the fear of, let's stay together and not stray away from each other because I'm in fear that this other motherfucker over there is going to eat my fucking face, or is going to claw at my fucking eyeballs and rip them out of my fucking head, and soon I'll be dead. So that fear, stress hormones in our brains, before we could call them our brains, have contributed a huge part to the evolution of mankind. Which is why I tend to dwell in, the darker realms of not only life, or whatever the fuck, but, just the dark side of the mind, the dark side of the moon. And turning those negative things into a positive. That's why I really love extreme music, with obscene lyrics and obnoxious fucking guitar distortion, fucking blast bomb beats, just drums just going off, and it sounds like fucking war. It's the human psyche taking control of it and putting death in a chokehold and saying, fuck you. I will not succumb to this fear. I will not succumb to, these inconsistencies in my head. I will not succumb to just fear itself. And I'll make something of the fear and flip it around. And I like the fact that the human mind can go there and kind of express itself through its deepest fears and just bring it to new light under a different light. It's cliche. Everyone's like, oh, I love music. Oh, if I didn't have music, I'd be dead. I don't know what I'd do without my music. But for me, it really does feel that way. As cliche as it may fucking sound or be, it's all I can be is me, and well, I just enjoy the darker side of human nature. While I don't condone a lot of the evil shit that people fucking do as a result of this fucking impulse of the fucking brain that says, you know, I got a raging fucking hard on, I need to dry hump anything in sight, and just the fucking male brain just fucking spazzes out and does all kinds of heinous shit, whether it's murder, rape, just all kinds of, you know, disgusting shit that we try to suppress within ourselves. The fact that us as human beings, as humanity as a whole, as a society, we try to suppress these fucked up thoughts in our head, these fucked up wants, these fucked up perversions, these fucked up just psychotic events that occur in everyday life. And it's like, man, how could someone do that? How could someone possibly be so heartless and kill thousands of people, you know, in gas chambers, or shooting them in the fucking head with, you know, machine guns, or blowing them up with A-bombs, or whatever the fuck, you know? And humanity as a whole, I mean, we've come a long way, and I just find that interesting that humanity as a whole, we try to, you know, we can domesticate dogs and cats and you know, other animals as well. Yet I think the most interesting thing about the human psyche is the fact that we're caught in a limbo, trying to domesticate our own impulses. You know, man is at war with man, trying to domesticate ourselves, which is, you know, why we make these laws, and it's like, you can't do that, you know, that's illegal, that's fucked up, that's wrong, you know, do unto others as you'd like done to you. And yet we're caught in this limbo, you know, and you're caught in traffic and someone cuts you off and you're like, you fucking motherfucker, I want to fucking shoot him in the fucking head because he passed you in a fucking car, or like what the like, you know, the simplest shit can just, like, you know, make someone spaz out. And that's the fucking monkey, fucking reptilian part of the fucking brain that's just being fucking violent, malicious, evil, fucking just wants to fucking rage, you know. And it's those same emotions that come out in extreme music and metal music. It's capturing that fucking impulse and just expressing it through art. I love that. I love it. I don't condone, you know, these fucked up things that we do to each other and say that, oh, that's just human nature. Oh, it's gonna happen anyway. I mean, fuck all that bullshit. Fuck that. We spend our lives trying to domesticate ourselves, from our primitive ways of thinking, from the heinous and torturous shit that we've done to each other over the eons of fucking time, for the sake of survival, for the sake of, you know, spreading the seed and having offspring, and only the strong survive, and, you know, king of the jungle bullshit. I'm sounding repetitive. I'm sounding repetitive. I'm sounding very repetitive. But it's just, you know, nothing exists independently to itself, within itself. Internal or external, depending what side you're on at a given moment in time. The battle is balance. And that's what the battle is. The battle is trying to find that balance between good and evil, between right and wrongs, between justice and injustice. And if you're alive and you can possess thoughts of your own inside the war zone of your own fucking head, then you'd understand that it's much better to be alive than to be dead.